All right, now we're doing 7Q binary score. This is by name 613, and then 90% of people like it. Given a number n, we will define its score to be 1 bitwise operator, 0 bitwise operator 1, bitwise operator 2, bitwise operator 3, all the way to n, where this is the bitwise operator, right? Bitwise OR operator, I should say. We're going to find a function that takes n and finds its score. So basically from 1 till n, we're going to do a bitwise operator in between each one. Bitwise OR operator, I should say. So let's go over to bitwise OR so we can understand what this thing even does. All right. So the bitwise OR operator returns a 1 in each bit position for which the corresponding bits of either or both operands are 1s. All right. So basically right here, run it. It's going to be 7 because that's what that is, right? So that's cool and all and whatever, but the thing is, all right, here's what's going to happen. 0, 1. Let's do that, right? So 1. Now let's go 1, 2. All right, 3. What's 3? 1, 1, right? If you don't know binary. 0. Okay, 1, 2, and then both of these is 3. All right, anyway, I don't know how to explain binary to you if you don't know. Other than you just go 0 is 0, then 1 is 1, then 1, 0 is 2, 1, 1 is 3, 1, 0, 0 is 4, 1, 0, 1 is 5, 1, 1, 0 is 6. Anyway, and then 1, 1, 1 is 7. And then you just keep going all the way up, and it just repeats every 8 times or something like that. Anyway, that being said, if we do a bitwise operator in this manner, it just basically means the bitwise OR operator in this manner, it just basically means all the 1s are going to be filled up. So that being the case, we don't even have to use the bitwise operator, the bitwise OR operator, because if we do like a for loop where we do this equals this, or a while going this, going all the way through, it'll time out for sure, especially when it gets up to numbers like this. So we're just going to use a little math trick, okay? First things first, we're going to turn this into const score equals n, and then the rest of it is arrow. How about that equal sign? All right. And down here, what we're going to do is we're going to use a thing called conditional operator, or ternary operator. This is the only JavaScript operator that takes 3 operands, a condition followed by a question mark, then an expression to execute if the condition is truthy, followed by a colon, and finally an expression to execute if the condition is falsy. The operator is frequently used as an alternative to an if-else statement. So we're going to say if n is greater than 0, all right, what we're going to do is we're going to use this thing called parseInt. And the parseInt function parses an argument and returns the integer of a specific radix. So if we do something like this at 2, it'll give us 0 because that's not binary, okay? If we do this at 16, it'll give us this because that is hexadecimal, all right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to say parseInt, all right? Here's the syntax. We do parseInt. We're going to have string here in the radix. The radix is going to be 2, but I'll show you why. All right, so for this, first things first, we're going to turn n into binary. So we're going to say n dot toString 2. If you don't know about toString 2, if the toString method, number, I need number toString. Number toString. All right, there's number.toString. All right, so when you put something like this, whatever number, and then put the radix, like something .toString 16, it'll put it in hexadecimal. What we're going to do is say toString 2, so it'll put it in binary, right? So now what we're going to do is .replace, and if you don't know about the replace method, let's go over here. It's the method that returns a new string with one, some, or all matches of a pattern replaced by a replacement. The pattern can be a string of regex. We're going to be using regex, and the replacement can be a string or function called for each match. The replacement is just going to be the number 1, and I'll show you what I mean. All right, so we're gonna put the regex right in here. We're gonna say 0, and then we're gonna have a G right next to it for global flag. If you don't know about global flag, you just come on down all the way over here on the regex page. You read this global search flag, boom, right there. And if you read all about it, it'll tell you that it'll find more than one instance of the number 0. All right. So what we're gonna do is replace it with the number 1, like that. And then we're going to say, actually, we don't even need to do that. We can just put 1, just like this, no big deal. And then since we're in the middle of parseInt, it's string radix, so the radix for this is 2. And then since we're in the middle of a ternary operation, we're going to say or 0. Now this whole thing reads, if n is greater than 0, we're going to do parseInt n.toString 2.replace 0 for 1s, and add radix 2, and if not, 0. Let's test it out, see what happens. There we go. Attempt it, and there we go. That's all I wanted to see happen. All right. And you see here, it's pretty much the same as this. We don't do this new number thing because you don't need to. It's already a number. Let's go to mine. Just me on this one. Best practice in my opinion. Very much like this one. And we'll see you next time.